Hey there, everyone. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Amber.
We're identical twin sisters from Southern California. While we may look exactly alike, sometimes we think that's all we have in common.
We invite you to grab a cup of coffee
Or a glass of wine.
and hang out with us for a little bit.
This is Hashtag Twin Life Podcast.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, twins.
Hello. We're back.
We're back. We are back, guys. Welcome. Thank you so much for listening. We are so happy that you guys have joined us for season 2 of the Hashtag Twin Life Podcast. Hope you guys had a wonderful start to your new year and a fantastic holiday. We have been kind of like busy, I feel like this month and a half break like flew by. Like we looked up and it was like,
I know. Yeah, I was like, when I called you a couple days ago and I was like, hey, by the way, what's our podcast topic? You're like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's that time again. So,
yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, it's already time for podcast. But so much
I don't think it won't be
happened.
as much. It won't be as much because we're not trying to do 52 episodes this year. We're just going to do like
15 break
not
at 15.
52. Yeah, not 52. So, yeah, it'll be a lot less crazy.
Yeah, I feel like it makes it a little bit easier for us to kind of like outline the seasons and, you guys can, if you guys want to listen, go back. If you have not already listened, it's your first episode ever listening to us. Welcome. Go back and listen to the 52 episodes of our previous season also, in your downtime. But our episode's coming every Wednesday. So just, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell. If you are listening to us on YouTube, make sure that you guys subscribe and hit the bell so that, you know whenever our podcast get alerts, whenever our podcast comes out. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, or what's the other one to it? Apple Podcasts, subscribe and give us a rating. 5 stars would be super so that more people can hear us and, enjoy our podcast as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. So on that note, twin, how...
Yes.
So the last podcast, I was talking about my Christmas that I celebrated at home because we did our Christmas celebration early. So how was y'all's official Christmas Day celebration?
So, our Christmas was, it was great, I guess. It was, I'm in San Diego, obviously, so it doesn't snow or anything, but it was kind of overcast. Derek's mom sends gifts every year, big boxes of gifts, and she was really kind of sad because she thought she wanted her gift to make it to us before Christmas Day, but it didn't, just because there was so much craziness going on with shipping and the postal service with the crazy election stuff and then the crazy COVID stuff and all the gifts being ordered, and then they dropped the stimulus payment, so the postal service was just completely just crazy. So it just didn't get here because it was in New York. So, but Phoenix and we all had a million gifts. Derek went, got me a bunch of stuff, that I wanted. And obviously I feel I always kind of feel bad. I think I've talked about this before. He always goes crazy when he's shopping for me. And then when I'm shopping for him, I just feel kind of bad. Cause I had way more gifts to open than he did. So I was kind of well, that kind of sucks, okay, well, but I think I still got him stuff that he likes, and we kind of think we went crazy with Phoenix a little bit. I posted a picture.
You guys.
What?
Okay, y'all, if you haven't seen this photo, go to Ashley's Instagram page, at A Dreamer's Heart. They literally got this child every Jurassic Park dinosaur ever. I missed one. Well, okay, so we have nowhere near all of them because his app has every dinosaur ever made on it. And you scan this code on their foot. So we don't even have close to all of them. However, we probably bought him 30 dinosaurs, I would say. Some of them had more than one dinosaur in the package. And then Amber sent one, and then Derek's mom sent a Discovery Channel remote version of a dinosaur.
And then we just like, it was just like all dinosaurs. We got him a Jurassic World bed set that we actually opened on Christmas Eve. And so he could sleep in his Jurassic World bed set. So that was cute. And then we got like, I ordered the day before, I ordered these decals because I wanted to like kind of like Jurassic Park his room a little bit more. So I ordered like all of these like decals. And so he has like all the dinosaurs like on his wall. And then, probably a week later, I think it was like either the day after, like January 2nd or like January 3rd, Derek's mom's box finally showed up at the house. So we kind of had like a second Christmas situation, and we opened up all these gifts that she got for us. And so it was just really nice. We got a lot of stuff. The only thing we didn't get Phoenix that we were going to get him for his birthday, because his birthday is January 3rd. We got him a bike. Actually, a couple of days ago, we bought him his bike. So, but for his birthday, which, you know, is right after Christmas, we didn't do anything with friends or anything like that. Just because like we would be comfortable with doing something like outside with his friends, but I don't really know a lot of them, his parents, their parents. So like I couldn't get a hold of them during the holiday break to kind of like be like, hey, do you want to do something with, you know, with us? Like have the kids go to the park or a little birthday thing. So we just decided that I was on Instagram scrolling, and there's this outdoor like drive. Normally you walk through, but over here at the fairgrounds, the Del Mar Fairgrounds, they have like fairs and they have like swap meets and all kinds of stuff. They do a Jurassic Quest. So basically you like download this audio track, and you drive through, and you get to see these like huge, like giant animatronic versions of it. So I posted that video on my Instagram as well. So you guys may have already seen it, but of his reaction of when he realized that we were going to go see dinosaurs was the funniest thing ever. It was so cute. He was so excited. Yeah, he was so excited. And yeah, so we just had like a great holidays. I mean, they reclosed everything in San Diego. The whole last week of the holidays, they just reopened hair salons and nail salons, and put us back on a purple tier. There's been so much going on with like California with COVID and like the different, all the stuff. So, we finally have things open a little bit more. But you know, everything's still closed here. So not much has really changed since the last time we did the podcast. Just
holidays.
Like a lot has happened. Yeah, just the holidays. All the holidays happened. So what about for you guys?
So
we talked about your Christmas already, but
yeah, well, we went to Arkansas for the actual Christmas week, or the Christmas weekend, and the drive was really like was nice. It was actually, what sucked is we thought it was going to be a lot warmer in Arkansas than it was, and it was freezing cold in Arkansas. Like it's not as cold as it is here, but it was definitely really, really cold, and we were kind of bummed because I told Blake, I was like, it's going to be so much warmer. Like the day we got there, it was supposed to be like 60 degrees, and it was storming when we got there to the Airbnb. And then the rest of the time it was windy and cold. So we spent a lot of time outside by the fire pit and talking. And his family kind of goes, like they haven't done a family Christmas in many, 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 many years. So they kind of went bananas with like the gift buying. His mom went insane on the gift buying. Like she got a ridiculous amount of gifts for everyone. Like it was crazy. It was so many gifts. Like everybody just brought a ton of gifts for everybody. Like nobody walked out of there like empty-handed. It was just like the car was packed with stuff and gifts. Landon's gifts were awesome. But I mean, I sent Blake's mom like the list, the Amazon list. So it felt like exciting for me because those are all things I probably would have gotten him anyway, but like she got them for him. But oddly enough, as people are opening gifts from her, like she didn't even know, she didn't even remember that she got that for people. Like she had got so many gifts. So when we got there, we like helped her load all the gifts into her car. Some of them we had to load into our car. Like, and it's just, I guess when we were growing up, when we were young, yeah. But like as we, like in high school and stuff, like we weren't like, you know, there wasn't like mounds and mounds of gifts under the tree every year. So it was just kind of like a lot for me. I was just like, can't you guys just, we each get like one gift for each person and like be good? Like, you know what I mean? Like there was like,
yeah.
there's probably like 15 people there. So like if you get one gift for each person, and it was like from Daphne, I was like 5 gifts, from 5, 6, 7 gifts. And then like, it was just a lot. So, but it was fun. We had a lot of fun. I got to spend time and meet a lot of family members that I've never met before. Blake's, his niece, and her husband, and then like their kids who are Landon's age. And, so we masked up, which I have mixed feelings about the masking up that we did while we were at the Airbnb, but,
I don't know why you guys had to wear masks inside. I mean, outside. Wait, you guys had to wear masks inside the whole time you were there, right?
Yeah. And then when we were outside, we didn't have to like wear masks outside, but Blake's sister definitely wanted like her family to do that. But honestly, like she kind of like relaxed as like the days went on. Like she kind of chilled out a little bit on it. But I mean, I understand like for everyone's safety, we don't want everybody was kind of traveling. She was traveling in an RV from Colorado. Her daughter traveled in a car also, like they just had gone to her daughter had just gotten married. So like we contacted a lot of different people and family. So Blake and I had literally not really done a lot of like social interaction before we went there. So it was just like, so we didn't feel uncomfortable. Blake's also had his vaccination. So it was like, for us, it was like, we wouldn't have come if we were worried, but regardless, It was a lot of fun. And then we also, after Christmas, we got a puppy named Maggie.
Yay.
And she is super cute. She is I hate to say Chihuahua, but she's a Chihuahua Yorkie. She is about 2 pounds. She is about, I guess, like 13 weeks old now. So like her birthday's in the first week of November. So that would make her almost 4 months old, right?
Yeah.
December, January, February. 3 months old. Yeah, so she's about 3 months old.
That's about 13 weeks.
Yeah, so she's super sweet, and she's a puppy, so obviously we've got some work to do, but thankfully we have like all hardwood.
Landon seems to love her.
Oh my gosh, he loves her. I feel like he loves her more than Copper, because very quickly Copper was so big, and whereas she is just like tiny, so she like Landon can like carry her. He likes to. I have to keep him from like. He likes to drag her around on like her leash. Like I have her on a house leash a lot in the house so I can get to her. She likes to do things like run underneath the couch or like, try to take off. And so she's on a leash in the house. If anybody's judging me, it is a actual training technique to put your puppy on what's called a house leash or a house line, so that so you're closer to your dog, or so your puppy can't take off running from you. If like they're doing something they shouldn't be, you can get to them quickly. It's just mainly for like their safety and like your training ability. So anyways, we got her. Yeah. She's super cute. I'll post a picture. I still haven't like taken like a super cute, she's got like a bunch of coats and sweaters and stuff, and I haven't taken any super cute pictures of her yet. So I'm going to have to turn her into like, take like one really cute picture of her and post it for you guys on my Instagram. But other than that, I've been going to F45 here since I got back. Yeah, since I got back from Arkansas, I've been doing F45 here. So we started the challenge. I basically like started, I think, 2 weeks before the challenge. I did the first full week from home, and then I've been going 4 to 5 days a week. I've been working out 5 days a week, regardless. But I've been going to the physical gym 4 to 5 days a week. So it's fun. Like, it's nice to be in a community of people that are they're in the same mindset, their goal is to like get more fit and reach their physical goals and lose weight or, get stronger or whatever. Like everybody has a goal. So when you go to like a class like that, it's not like like, I guess sometimes when I go to a yoga class, some people just go to a yoga class because they just want to get in a yoga class for relaxation, or there's very specific people in there that are like goal oriented.
Yeah.
So that's like a big difference, I feel, in F45, where everybody's working towards something. So it's nice.
I think also with F45, and I'm like a big proponent of this. Like I tend to fall into like I'm very brand driven. So like if I have like, if there's like a certain like brand that I like really support, I'm all about that thing. You know, not that I don't like other things, but like I was talking to a girl the other day and she was saying that she used to do CrossFit before, and like we have coaches there, you know, Coach Jesse did CrossFit before, and other people came from Orange Theory, or they came from, there's a place here called Row House. There's like all these other, or Spin Class, or Soul Cycle, or whatever, you know, Peloton is becoming its own, you know, fitness brand thing. But like, there's something about the way that F45 is set up where it's like you are in a class with other people, you're in a station neck and neck with somebody. You can do it with you build these friendships just like any other sport, I think. You sort of become like a team, like, and you want to see other people do well and you push each other, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just such a community. Even though I've gotten to like my goal, I just still love going there. Like I love going there every day. So I don't know. It's just great. I want everybody to join some F45. If you're listening and you have you should, you know, Google F45 training. There's probably one very, very close to you. And most places do like one free class or 7 days. And now that all this stuff is going, I mean, we work out outside still because of where we are, but a lot of cities, especially the ones where like in the Midwest where you are, Amber, or on the East Coast and stuff, they are, extending their restrictions to being indoor for fitness activity just because you guys have snow and blizzards, and it's like,
yeah, we just had a major blizzard come through here. So, I mean, what is it? It's 30 degrees right now. It was 18 degrees this morning when I left for the gym. So
yeah, exactly. So y'all aren't trying to work out outside. It's not like here where we're complaining it's 42 degrees and we're like complaining because we have to work outside. Like, no, that's a whole nother level. Below freezing, she'd probably cancel.
Yeah.
Just saying. Okay. So we have a really fun podcast for you guys today. We are literally, because Valentine's Day is upon us. Okay. When you guys listen to this, we will be a week away from Valentine's Day. And well, a week and a half from Valentine's Day. If you're listening to us on the Wednesday the episode comes out. And we really kind of just talked about the fact we really need to dive into Bachelor, and we really need to talk about Married at First Sight. Married at First Sight just started. I think they haven't even gone on their honeymoon, so there's not really that much to talk about. We can just like break down some of the couples. Yeah, but Bachelor, there are all the things. So since I think we should talk about Married at First Sight first.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be shorter. But I think for the Did You See, I want to talk about Dylan and all this stuff going on and crazy about on Twitter with Dylan. Okay. So if you guys haven't heard already, if you're not like in the Bachelor Nation universe, and if you listen to us, you probably are because we just love it so much. So I found this out from one of my friends, Lindsay. Shout out to you, Lindsay, if you're listening. She's a huge Bachelor fan like me. And so apparently Dylan, who, if you follow Bachelor Nation, you know Dylan was with Hannah. They left Bachelor in Paradise together. She basically treated him like crap the entire Bachelor in Paradise season, dated like every person that walked in the house, and he basically sat in a corner and waited for her to come back to him. They ended up leaving together.
Now they're engaged.
As far as I know, they're still together. So great. Oh yeah, they're engaged. Okay. So basically he went on Twitter because this season of The Bachelor, which we'll get into in a little bit, there's a lot of bullying going on, like next level. And spoiler alert, Heather is supposed to show up. If you've watched the preview, I think shows Heather showing up. So it's not really a spoiler, but she's showing up at some point. We have yet to see her. The episode aired yesterday, recording this on a Tuesday morning. I haven't watched yet, but as far as we know, Heather has yet to show up as we're recording this. So it kind of was weird to me that he was like, came on Twitter and basically not only said that the girls were being vicious, like that the bullying is getting out of control, that the producers are setting these women up to have mental health issues, that they really should take more ownership and more control of the bullying, and that Heather the way that Heather apparently is treated is just horrible. And he said that ABC and The Bachelor should be canceled because of the way Heather was treated, and that the producers didn't protect her. So I am very interested to see what actually goes down, because those are some huge allegations. Like, you came from the Bachelor world and now you're going on Twitter and saying that they should, when the only reason we even know or care who Dylan is and his commentary matters is because he came from the Bachelor and then went on Bachelor in Paradise. So if it's such a toxic environment, like, maybe this particular season's environment is toxic, but I feel like he was making like a broad stroke and saying the whole Bachelor Nation and Bachelor system is toxic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm very interested to see how it all actually turns out.
My thoughts on that basically are just, Dylan, I can understand that point of view, but why are you just now speaking about it now if it's been that bad? And I think he's just he may be trying to catch on to like the relevance. Yeah, the relevance of, making that statement now based on how the women have been this season, because there has been an extensive amount of bullying, which we'll get into in a second. But I think that he may have been trying to jump on that train and trying to make himself relevant. But I think based on this group of girls, if certain ones aren't gone by the time she gets there, it's going to be brutal. But I'm hoping that she is strong enough to like handle it. But girls,
as the veteran, she should be able to handle it the best of everybody, I think.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't think there were that many super mean girls on her season.
I don't
like, usually there's one.
There hasn't really been. I think there's one girl that everybody doesn't like, and all the girls in the house think that they're rude or like a bully or trying to get too much attention or whatever. That's different to me than someone telling somebody, if you say it like they did. Let's get into Married at First Sight and we'll talk more about the bullying after that. Okay. So, Married at First Sight. There are 5 couples this season, Twin?
Yes.
So there are 5 couples this season. I do not know all their names off the top of my head. But
I'm looking at their names, so we can go down the list.
Okay, so look up the names, and then what season is this?
Okay,
probably 20.
Season 12.
This is not season. Is this season? It's only season 12.
It seems like it's been a lot of seasons, but it's only 12.
Yeah. Okay.
Season 20. Okay, so, the first couple they have on here are Sierra and Ryan.
Okay.
And Sierra, if you kind of remember, she is like the bubbly blonde Southern girl who kind of likes to party, and then Ryan, of course, is like the one that has the Mohawk situation, and he's biracial. I honestly feel like he said that he's never fallen in love before and never said I love you to anyone. So I feel like that could be an issue, but if they make it through that, I would argue they're probably my potential for the strongest couple.
Really?
What do you think? I think so.
I would say that my favorite couple would probably be Brianna and Vincent.
I was going to say they're a strong second. Yeah.
Brianna and Vincent for sure. I was surprised at their chemistry. I think that his chill and her chill are going to match each other. My only thing will be that my only concern would be her kind of like maybe talking.
Controlling.
Yeah, being controlling and talking down to him, and we'll see how he handles that. Haley and Jacob, I think that that's not about to be, what's her name, and
Doug and Melissa.
Yeah, that's not about to be Doug and Melissa. Like, because she's just not, like, and the fact that she's not being honest about it, like, she basically just got drunk and, like, didn't answer any of the questions, didn't want to say straight up, I'm not attracted to him. Nope, she just keeps saying, yeah, my husband's like, they're like, well, what do you like about him so far? Couldn't even answer one thing. I will say that he's kind of nerdy and a little awkward and weird. And he needs somebody who's super, I don't know why they would pair him with this girl that hasn't dated somebody in years. This nerdy, super nerdy, like focused on, like he's obsessed with the 80s and like they should have paired him with like Amelia and what's his name last season? Like they should have paired him with somebody that's like very much like him. Like she doesn't have to be obsessed with the 80s, but she needed to be like a more like unusual and like
quirky
personality. Yeah. And
maybe she is, and we just haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. Cause she comes off, I mean, no offense to her, but she just comes off real regular. Like she's just a regular chick, not basic, just a regular chick. And he's clearly like an unusual dude. And so I'm not sure how, so far it doesn't look like she likes him at all. So we'll see how like the honeymoons work out.
So the thing that is interesting about her is that she's like super well traveled and he's never traveled anywhere.
Yeah.
He basically is a hermit in his house, which during COVID's not that weird, but he basically built a fortress. Like he has that whole weird gaming room. The beach in the backyard, the hot tub. I just feel like he has a lot of things about him to me that are like kind of weird, you know?
Yeah, and I hate to say that, but I just feel like he's a little strange. So we'll see how they work out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Virginia and Eric, because I'm skipping over Paige and Chris for now because I want to do them last. Virginia and Eric. So I feel like Virginia is kind of like, she was throwing up at the bachelorette party, really likes to drink, really likes to party. She's allowed to. She's like 26 or 25 or something, and she's single and she's doing like the single thing. So I feel like there's nothing wrong with that lifestyle. However, why they felt the need to pair her with some super conservative Southern boy, I don't understand.
So this is the thing about them. I feel like he's saying, oh, I'm this super conservative guy and this, but when she was like throwing herself at him, he seemed to have no problems with it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like I think that they've been kind of like feeding this dynamic because he keeps saying, I'm a really conservative guy. He said on the honeymoon how he hoped that she wasn't out getting crazy, and then she ends up throwing up at the bachelorette party. Like, I understand all that, but I think he might be lying to himself a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah. I think he may like her energy and her excitement and like her fun. Hopefully will bring out like a good qualities in him and not controlling qualities, but based on the preview, it's supposedly going to bring out some jealousy. So we'll see. All right. Last but not least, Paige and Chris.
The exciting ones.
Yeah. I have lots of thoughts on them. My first would be that as a Christian person, the number one thing that annoys me about them is how much they talk about, not because they talk about their faith in it's not because they talk about their faith in their Christianity, because there are other people that are very open about it on the show. It's the fact that what is potentially going to happen between them and the way he behaves, the things that he says. Like, he asked her a bunch of super hypersexual questions in like the first 5 minutes of knowing her.
Right.
Like, just like weird. He kept talking about how great her butt was. Didn't really have anything that he didn't even seem like he was just a genuinely nice human being that was caring and wanted her more for her, like who she was, than like her uterus, basically. Like he was like totally fine with a honeymoon baby. Well, like maybe she doesn't know you. Like, you don't.
So you know what's funny about that is they allude in the preview that she does get pregnant.
I know, which is literally the worst thing that could happen to that girl, because this guy apparently is about to act an absolute fool. So
yeah,
it's really unfortunate. And like they both really like so for her, I don't know about him. I don't know, like we're gonna have to see what hot mess he does. But from what she has said, she really, really wants kids. She believes wholeheartedly that God has ordained their relationship, and this is the man she's prayed for her whole life, and this is who she's supposed to be with. She says this over and over and over and over again. Okay.
Yeah.
And then she meets him, and his whole family thinks she's amazing, gorgeous. She's intelligent. She's very like sweet, but he's just like, I mean, she's attractive in her own way.
He said that like 4 times.
And we're just like, no, she's actually very, very pretty. I don't understand. She's just not what I'm used to dating. So then it's like, my question is, did they do again? Is he a guy that normally dates white women? Or does he normally date chocolate women? Is she too tall? Does he not like the fact that she has a weave and she's not natural? Like, these are things that, like, I feel like the producers, or not the producers, but, well, yeah, the combination of the producers and the experts overlook some crucial things that some of these men say, and then place them with people that they're like, well, I think that this is what they need. No, give them what they ask for. Don't give them what they need, because then they're going to behave a hot mess, and these women are going to get hurt for it. Like, what's his name? This pretty boy from a couple seasons ago. Can't remember his name. It was something like Ryan or something like that. He told the experts that he likes very like, he likes super beautiful, super really beautiful women, and like more of an, like, not exotic, but like an interesting way. Okay. The girl they matched him up with is like super pretty girl, ice skater, very fit. Like, they're both super fit. You'd think they'd bond over that, but she's like not his type, which to me would be obvious if you just go through the guy's social media and see who he hangs out with, his past girlfriends, his past relationships. Or the guy that was super horrible to that girl, the little blonde girl. He specifically told them that he likes to
date
a
black girl.
Yeah, he wanted to date a black girl. Or not even just a black girl, just not a white girl. And this is a white dude. And they placed him with the whitest white girl on the planet. And he didn't know how to handle it. And so I think it's a little unfair. Or place the guy that clearly has a lot of abandonment and a lot of family issues, isn't close to his family, with a girl that's super close to her family and has abandonment issues. Like, are they doing their full? It really makes me question are they really doing their research? Are they really doing their, like, the girl that came on the show seasons ago who had a criminal record for stalking? Like,
oh yeah.
And they were like, well, we didn't know it wasn't on her record.
They said it
when they did the.
They said they said when they did the background check, those charges hadn't been filed. They said they'd apparently been filed like 3 days before the wedding.
Yeah. Just like, but if first of all, a restraining order doesn't take that long. So if there's a restraining order against her, I'm sure that didn't happen like 3 days before the freaking wedding. Like, I'm sure that was like done a while. I don't know. Regardless, they are, to me, what it makes it seem like is they're not doing their due diligence. Like, if somebody is like clearly dating somebody else, like that one girl from a couple the therapist one, she was literally talking to her ex-boyfriend right before she got married. They didn't know she had a boyfriend before they.
Well, that brings us back to Paige and what's his name? What's his name? Paige and Chris. That he was married, like literally got married in 2019, or got engaged in 2019. The end of 2019, November of 2019. Then basically the pandemic starts and he drops her. And then
because he says she's a gold digger and like only was, and because
wanted him for his money.
Right. Well, his personality.
I doubt that. I'd like to talk to her.
He doesn't have a great personality, so
it's not even his person. And also, you said this before. I think they're a good match. Like, they're both probably a solid 6. He's probably a 6. She's probably like a 7. Okay, maybe they're both 6s. He acts like he's freaking, Michael Ealy or something. Like, bro, you're not this freaking drop dead gorgeous dude that you think you are. If you didn't have money, you definitely wouldn't be as cute as you think you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I think I was trying to like him when he was talking about how he used to live in his car. But even the men that he surrounds himself with just seem like slime balls. Like the way that they talking about her.
His dad.
And his dad was like talking about her ass and how she's banging and she's this and look at that figure and da 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 da. Like, that's gross to me. Like, that's his wife. Like, don't be. And you know that's how he talks. And like the thing too, he was talking to his pastor like in the earlier, and the way that he was
bad for his pastor because he looked like he was so trying to like
not just call him out and tell him he's just being disrespectful.
Yeah.
I just the way that he, and the stuff that he was saying, like, you know, sex is really important. Well, yeah, sex is really important, bro. But like, let's get first, like, there's so many things I don't even know what to like say. The baby making thing, basically him wanting to her, like you said, just to use her for her ovaries and her uterus, is like not okay. And then the thing that makes it even worse is that she's okay with getting impregnated by a guy she just freaking met the day before.
Yeah, because the ironic thing about that was that the comment that he made about the honeymoon baby she had made already. So like, it seemed like serendipitous almost in a way, but then the way he was saying it just made it seem really creepy and like maybe really uncomfortable. So, anyways, we'll have to see how all that goes. But I don't want to use all of our time on Married at First Sight because there's not like a whole lot. There's a lot of speculation for us right now. But we'll keep you guys posted on how that goes. But The Bachelor, the main thing on The Bachelor right now that is occurring, two things. One, I think his wife's name is going to be Michelle because she's just awesome.
Yep.
His wife should be Michelle. Michelle, if you guys have, spoiler alert, if you have not watched The Bachelor season and you care, please stop here and go watch it.
Yeah, we're about to spoil all the things.
Yeah. So Michelle was they added 5 women. That's a controversy all of their own. They added 5 women. The girls, with the exception of Sarah, right? Is that her name? Haley. What's her name?
What are you talking about?
The girl that's like the girl that's like super nice to everybody.
Katie. The one that entered with the vibrator.
Yeah. So Katie, she's probably the exception. There's a couple of girls that are flying under the radar that haven't caused any drama, but there's definitely highlighted girls that are really, really just outwardly evil towards these new girls. Victoria called one of the new girls, or not Victoria, Anna, who's Victoria's little minion, called one of the girls who she says she knows, or she's Brittany, who she's heard of from her hometown of Chicago. First of all, I've been to Chicago. It's not a small town. So the odds that she's out here going, I knew her. No, you didn't. Okay. She called
either you know her really, really well, or you don't know her at all. I don't think there's no oh, I've heard of her in Chicago. No, either you know her or you don't.
Not enough to be calling her an escort. Didn't know her enough to call her an escort on national television. So that was freaking horrible. And then they scared off Sarah, who was already having a hard time because her dad is sick at home and she's away from him for 2 months to go on this show. And these women were freaking horrible. So there's that. That was really awful. They scared her off the show. So Sarah's gone. And then, Marilyn, that was her name, right? Marilyn. I don't know. Victoria basically told everybody that she was, not everybody. She didn't really tell everybody. She literally just told Matt that she was, what was the word she used? Toxic. Yeah, that she was toxic in the house and like she bullied her. And so of course Matt was just like, oh my gosh, if somebody's in the house bullying somebody, they need to go. So he leaves her. And then the part that annoyed me the most about that situation and what has annoyed me a lot about this season is the women's apparent inability to defend each other or just themselves properly. Like Marilyn just let Victoria throw her under the bus and didn't even fight. Or the Miss Puerto Rico, Victoria takes the crown off her head and she just lets her do it.
Yeah.
I'm confused as to why, unless Dylan's right and like, or was it Dylan or Nick Viall that have said that, you know, they hired these actresses or actors to come and stir the pot. So, I mean, unless Victoria is just out here one of those people that they just hired to stir up the pot, and the girls are just kind of been told to let her do whatever she wants.
So Dylan didn't say specifically that the producers hire people, but he said, and Nick says a hard no, but Dylan did say that he wouldn't put it past them to hire somebody. You know what I mean? And I still am of the idea that I don't think they have to cast crazy people. There are going to be crazy people that audition for shows like The Bachelor. They don't have to go hunting for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the proof is the season we just watched with Tayshia and Claire. Those guys were the most normal, boring dudes ever.
Yep.
Like, yeah, there was the one guy who changed his name because he changed his name from his dad's name, which is not that weird. Okay.
No,
Then
Riley.
there's the guy that Riley. Yep. And then Ben, who tried to commit suicide twice. But as far as like the way that they treated each other, they weren't the only ones that were even slightly annoying were Bennett and Noah. And that to me felt super contrived. You know what I mean? You don't have to go. I don't think. But then there's other seasons. Hannah's season. What's his name? Who thought he was like the righteous, like was
Luke P.
What was his name? Luke. Yeah. They didn't have to hire him. He was that dude. Claire, she actually did have the one guy that like day one told her that she sucked and that she, you know, was manipulating or was exploiting the men, and then went on you don't have to, my point being, they don't have to look for these people. They just take advantage of the moment. And that's what they're paid for, to make good television. So I don't know. However, okay, there's a huge caveat in this season. The level of bullying that we have seen in this season, just the nastiness, just the cattiness, there's like no level of class whatsoever. Like these women are just saying the most horrible things about each other with no respect. Like the words that they're using to describe each other, Victoria called one girl a whore, the dumbest bitch she's ever met. Like,
they literally, that New York girl, what's her name, Twin? The little girl that's from New York, told Sarah that if she decides to stay in the house, like Kit, she told Sarah, like, if you decide to stay in the house, it's going to be horrible for you. Like, straight threatened the girl.
Yeah, that we're going to make it a horrible experience for you.
And I'm sure she's going to come back and be like, well, that's not what I meant. That's what came out of your mouth. There's no editing. Like, this is my thing, okay? So they come up to you, you're a person on The Bachelor, and they're like, hey, you know, do you want to, we're going to try to kind of, you know, stir up the pot, or we want to make you the villain, or we want to kind of make this drama, whatever. And you're like, okay, cool. You don't have to let that come out. You don't have to let some of these things come out of your mouth. That is a you decision. So I feel like it's a cop out a little bit for a lot of these cast members to be like, well, the edit, did you say that? Okay. Like,
well, yeah, they took it out of context. I don't know. Regardless of if you say the words, she's a dumb bitch.
And it doesn't matter who
I
you're
don't care what
talking about.
The context is in. I don't really care what the context is. If you call a girl a whore, I don't care what the context is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no editing that. Now, can they make, like, the whole Champagne Gate situation a few seasons ago?
Ridiculous.
They made that. They set that up. They can say they didn't. The producers for sure set that up. They saw an easy moment.
Yeah. There were two
legit
bottles of champagne set up. The producers easily could have just been like, hey, that's the wrong bottle, and just guided them to the right place.
Exactly.
Like,
but they didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a stupid situation.
And that goes to what I said, where they don't create the drama, they just don't stop the drama. Yeah.
Like, letting what's his name walk all the way to Chris Harrison's freaking room, and no one thought it was
yeah.
Like, nobody thought, hey, let's not let him walk halfway across the freaking hotel resort to the wrong room. But yeah.
I don't know. I still feel like that was set up to be funny.
I feel like when he got there, they were like, okay, we're going to do this again and make this into a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they may have made him reshoot it and turn it into like a big moment or whatever. I don't think that, I think he's that dumb. Like, I think he legitimately was that dumb and walked all the way to the wrong room. But yeah, anyway, so with, I guess the women that they have added to the show, I actually really like them. I'm not a huge fan of them. I'm not a huge fan of the girls that he has, with the exception of a couple, maybe. So it was nice.
He doesn't seem to be, because he was real interested in the new girls. I mean, he was nervous, but
I mean, and Michelle came in and just batted 1,000. Like,
yeah.
I mean, she just came in with a great dress, great personality, no nonsense.
She's a teacher.
She's a teacher. She's super kind, nice. They have the most interesting conversation with each other.
Yeah.
And there was just I'm looking forward to, because it's Tuesday right now, y'all, so we haven't watched Mondays yet. So I'm excited to, like, talking about this makes me like, I really want to go watch The Bachelor. But I'm just really excited for her that, like, she came on and, like, he found somebody that he is really, really interested in, that you can see them together. And I'm hoping that this drama I just want this drama to be squashed. And the thing is, too, there's still 18 women and there's still this much drama. Like, cut them in half. Cut 9.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just cut 9. 9 need to go. Like, I'm over it. 9 of them need to go. It'll squash a lot of the drama. Stop keeping on these stupid girls that obviously, you know, he's not about to be taking Victoria home to his mom and his sister. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just obvious people that are just not going to be the girl, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So there's so much we can still talk about these different women, but we only have so much time. So I think I want to say, like, I'm going to tell you who I think the top 4 are going to be. Cause I'm looking at these pictures and honestly, some of these women, I'm like, who is this? Like, who are you? But okay. Okay. So Michelle, number 1, I think she's going to win the whole thing. I know she came in 3 weeks late, but I think right now she's my front runner.
Yeah.
Before her, I was Bree. I thought Bree was ahead of the game before her. Before Michelle. I think Katie, as the only sane one left in the house, I've got to give her some props and say that maybe she'll stick around a little bit longer than we think.
Yeah.
And
I like Chelsea.
I don't think he likes Chelsea that much.
Yeah.
Serena P, she's a good one. You know who disappointed me? Somebody was being mean.
MJ.
And it kind of MJ. Yeah, she disappointed me. And Chelsea kind of snickered at some stuff that was mean about the new girls too.
Yeah.
So, Alicia, I like her. Oh wait, no, Alicia's gone. She was the ballerina. I liked her. I'm so sad that she's gone.
And Serena,
she was gone night 1.
He does like Serena P. You said that. He likes Serena P. Yeah, I mean, I would say, I think Michelle, I was going to think Sarah, obviously, but she's gone. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Michelle, Serena P.
You don't agree about Piper?
Oh, and maybe Piper. I was thinking maybe Rachel also, but
what about Bree?
Oh, I like Bree too. I mean, and Abigail's nice also. Isn't Abigail? She's the girl that's deaf, right?
Yeah, she was snickering at some people and saying some not so nice stuff about some people, though. So
yeah,
who's Amber?
I don't even know.
She's gone.
I don't even know. I just looked at this and I thought, I'm like, I don't know who that is. So,
but yeah, so far at least this season's interesting. It's giving us actually something to talk about. I feel like we had to kind of like. I mean, I feel like the last time we did a Bachelor recap, we were kind of just like, yeah, nothing really worth talking about happened this week, so we're just going to like mention it and then move on. But I think this season has definitely been kind of juicy. So, and the fact that there's still freaking 20 girls left, we have plenty left to talk about. So, this week, Katie is going to talk. The end of the way last week ended is Katie talked to Matt and told him that there's bullying going on and the girls are acting very vicious and going to potentially ruin girls' lives with some of the things that they're saying, like their real lives, could mess up their careers, and things like that. And so the way the episode should start this week is we're going to actually figure out how he reacts to that. And if he does actually just give the girls a slap on the wrist and like, oh, let's play nice, girls. Or if he actually like says, yo, like y'all need to to stop. So we'll see. But anyways, do you have a no girl or go girl?
I have a go girl. Last time we did the podcast, I believe I was down, was I down 7 or 8 pounds, twin?
Yeah.
It wasn't quite 10. I weighed in at, I'm down 16.
Woo! 16!
So I'm really excited about that. I'm pushing forward. I've got, at 16 pounds, I still have 9 more to go. So, I also lost, 2% or 1.5% body fat percentage. So I'm down
Nice.
a percent or one. Oh my gosh, when I can't talk, 1.5% down of my previous BMR. So that's really exciting. And so I don't know. I just feel like I'm getting stronger and like I'm getting pushed in the gym. And I feel like, this has been the eating part was I guess the harder part and like the not so fun. But going to the gym kind of rejuvenates it. And I always find myself, like on the weekends, I give myself that cheat day. I always find that by Monday, I'm like so ready to eat back to the way I want. Like, I feel like I was like, oh my gosh, I really am so good looking forward to eating back the way I eat. And it's weird because I feel like sometimes on Friday or Saturday, I'm like ready for Sunday to be able to eat what I want to eat.
Whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah. But then by Monday after doing that, I'm just like, all right, I'm ready to eat like what I normally would eat, So that's been like a good balance. Exactly. It's really been helping me. So anyways, what's yours?
So mine basically is the fact that I was able to get my hair braided finally. I got my hair red. It's actually burgundy, so it's not like Ariel red. Or like stop sign red. It's burgundy again. If you guys kind of remember, I did have my hair red before, and I feel like this color is a little bit more red. It's not as like dark and purpley as the last time. Mm-hmm. So I am just really enjoying it. And honestly, I'm just excited to have my hair in braids. I don't even care if what color they were, honestly, because I just was just over it. I've been with hair salons opening and closing here constantly. And I feel like every time, we would have it in our budget for me to go get my hair done, the salon would close. And I was just like, okay. So finally they opened and I told Derek, I was like, look, we're doing really well. Like we paid off, on Friday we'll be paying off like $2,500 worth of credit card debt, which is about 10%. So that's pretty good, I feel like. And so I was like, so since we're paying off this debt, can we save some money and I can go get my hair done? So, he actually was the one that said it to me. He was like, so when do you want to get your hair done? I'm like, oh my gosh, like tomorrow, like whenever I can. So yeah, I'm just really excited about that. I've switched over into maintenance, calories. So I have been kind of just like eating what people call intuitive eating and just eating kind of what I want and knowing that like, hey, you probably need to have vegetables because you didn't have any vegetables yesterday, or the last 2 meals, you haven't eaten anything green. So you probably should add some, I'm trying to like really make it more of like me making healthy decisions every single day than my fitness pal telling me to make good decisions every single day. Because even with my fitness pal, if I don't plan in there to eat green beans as a side, I could go a whole week and not eat anything green, not eat a single green vegetable, So, yeah, but other than that, it's been.
I'm looking forward to getting to that point.
Yeah. You're headed there, twin. You're doing so good. I'm like, every time you tell me that you've lost weight, it just blows my mind that like you started off doing this, and I feel like you felt like you couldn't, there's nothing you could do, and like you were just like going to be stuck there forever. And I'm so happy that we both found something that works for us. So
yeah, me too.
But on that note,
Woo!
I think we're going to go ahead and be done.
That was joy that we got our first episode of season 2, guys.
Yes, first episode of season 2. And thank you guys so much for listening. This has been a passion project and we love doing it, and we're so excited that we have the opportunity to do it. So thank you guys so much for listening. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the Apple Podcast or Spotify or whatever service you're listening to. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you know whenever we have new episodes. And also, if you guys wouldn't mind leaving a 5-star review, that helps other people find us. And feel free to share us on your social media and all that good stuff.